Hi, beautiful people. Welcome to another edition of Tech Point's Weekly Roundup, where we give you a breakdown of news, events, and happenings in the tech entrepreneurship world, business, and events concerning business generally. Now, this week, we have very juicy details and news as usual. But before we start, I remain Victor Kwalo.
And I'm Grace Akinshimi. Welcome, guys. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
All right. First of all, how is our week going? I mean, this is a festive season, and everybody's preparing for the Easter.
Right.
How is it going? We really want to know. So put it down in the comments below.
Tell us how you're doing.
Yeah, we want to know. All right. As if the Nigerian cyberspace has not yet gotten over the issue with Jumia delivery man Mr. Chukwemeka Eleji that was murdered in Port Harcourt. This week, another tragic stormed the cyberspace industry. An Uber driver was apparently strangled to death by two passengers while he was on duty. Although, from the statement released by the CEO,
yeah, an official statement. So they said he's an Uber driver, he works with Uber, but he wasn't on the app when the incident happened. Well,
but it's still, he's still an Uber driver.
It doesn't take away anything.
Exactly.
It's still a tragic
and it's a very sad story.
Yeah, very sad. Moving from one sad story to the other, very sad story. A girl was gang raped. A young woman of 19 was gang raped by her friend she met on Facebook. So she had friends on Facebook. She came offline to meet them, and they planned and gang raped her. Now, this brings back a wave of nostalgia. 5 years ago.
Same thing with
Cynthia
Osokoto, 2012.
Now, Cynthia's the perpetrator of Cynthia's own have been apprehended.
And they've been sentenced
to die by hanging, which is very good if you ask me. But really, how do you deal with your online friends? How do you interact offline with your online friends? I really believe there's an article that talks about the tips to take, the precautions to take if you want to meet your friends offline. I feel if it's not necessary, you shouldn't even do it at all. But if you have to do it as a matter of necessity, there are tips you should take, and they're in this article.
You should just be cautious. Be cautious when you want to meet someone.
Extremely cautious, like
it's very, very imperative. Well, sometimes, I feel that what would stop all these cyber crimes in Nigeria is probably if the government should shut down the Nigerian internet. And don't say it's not possible, because the same thing happened last year in Cameroon. The government of Cameroon actually shut down the access to the internet in the country.
Okay.
Yes. And anyway, there's an article based on the fact that it might be a way for cyber crimes to stop.
Really?
It might be a way. Yes, there's an article that actually takes the other side of Department of Energy. What would happen in the aftermath should it happen in Nigeria?
To be honest, really, I don't think there is any positive effect of the internet being shut down. I really do not think so.
There might be.
There is none. I mean, life as we know it now is hinged on our internet connectivity. So what happens? I mean, monies will be lost, economy will die, so many businesses will die.
No more social media boss.
That's like a bit of what the whole internet has to offer, basically.
Alright, well, let's see what you think. Just click on the link below and go to the article on Tech.ng.
Now, something very funny happened over the weekend. Fire raised down the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria. Now, it's not a good thing, but considering that this is happening 1 week to a proposed audit by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC.
Well, talking about that, on Monday, it's very funny. The situation is very dicey. On Monday, EFCC actually raided FAM.
Okay.
Apparently, there was a scandal on the ground,
okay.
And the audit unit was ransacked, supposedly ransacked. And surprisingly, on Tuesday, the incident occurred. So, do you think there's something fishy?
Okay, so let's leave the fishy some things for conspiracy theories. But the question now is, who uses paper anymore? Why does the government agency store its files in paper? Because the fire incident raised the whole records in quotes, and there is nothing to be audited at the end of the day. But my point is, in this age of cloud computing and everything, who still uses?
Someone also pointed that NITD still uses paper.
Well, they say, I don't know, but I wouldn't disbelieve it.
But the government has been so slow in adopting technology. So
it's hard. I mean, it makes life difficult. No, I mean, it's hard on us. It's hard on the system. It makes life really difficult.
That's using paper, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's old school and inefficient.
Anyway, I see what the government are doing is not enough. Banks are really, really, really progressing, or should I say shifting for their main focus. Because when you think of it, when you talk to fintechs now, banks are there. When you talk to the sales of ordinary recharge cards that are usually sold by these
Small
offline
businesses,
retailers
women,
by the
yeah.
roadside. Banks are really pushing through this. So it's like, and when they are stepping into all these various things, they're stifling entrepreneurship in Nigeria.
My own pain point here is now their core services, which is financial banking services to the people, are not efficient.
To keep it simple, to save money, to give
These
customer
services are not efficient. So why are you diverting into something that entrepreneurs?
And customer service in banks is actually very poor. They're still trying to
I
balance
feel
that.
I feel like they should work on this instead of branching into, because these days banks do everything. Banks are in fintech.
They're almost
Banks are in events. Where are the
yes,
banks?
events.
They do everything these days. So this article talks about how banks are stifling entrepreneurship in Nigeria. Do you really think this has any effects whatsoever, or do you think it's a normal thing? I mean,
Or,
it offers competition.
or do you think banks should just focus strictly on what they're meant to do, or just
That's my
fly
opinion. I think they
straight
should
to
focus on their core. You don't do everything.
I'm thinking that even if they want to go into other areas, they should make their core center, their core focus perfect.
Work on it before you start diverting. Fine. Now, Candy Crush, WhatsApp, Facebook, Bible, the Quran, whatnot.
Messenger.
Facebook Messenger. There are apps that are regular on the Nigerian smartphone. Excuse me. Now, this article talks about the most popular app on Nigerian smartphones and what they say about us Nigerians. From a list of this app, if you check the article out, I bet you will get more than half the apps on your phone listed on there.
Most times, I think most Nigerians are guilty of this. You download a lot of apps on your phone and you don't get to use them.
Yes,
It's just
okay.
occupying space.
Now,
I think that's why the article came up.
yes, exactly. There is not really any. I think there should have been a distinction that these are the apps that are most used. Yes, because Nigerians have a tendency to download
so much
apps.
just to
Absolutely. Now, look at this list and tell me how many of the apps listed there are on your phone. I bet more than half.
You should confess, how many of the apps are you not using right now?
They are much. On a Nigerian's phone, he has more apps that he doesn't use than apps that he uses. Is it like?
One of the core apps that we use in Nigerian phones is WhatsApp. It's basically the most popular. Actually.
I think WhatsApp is a global thing. It's not really Nigerian. Everybody has WhatsApp.
But we have our own thing around it. Anyway, there's an article that digs down deep on why WhatsApp might not necessarily replace SMS soon in Nigeria. There's been a buzz recently when Telcos were on the move to want to subscribe Skype calls and WhatsApp calls. I think sometime back. So this article talks about the nitty-gritties of why WhatsApp might not really flush out SMS. So SMS is still actually valid in Nigeria.
I don't even think this is a debate because WhatsApp penetration depends heavily. WhatsApp penetration, yes, depends heavily on the internet. Now, internet penetration in Nigeria is still very, very, very low.
Talking about the rural areas.
Generally, internet in Nigeria is still very low. I mean, how many people have internet?
But in the urban cities, it's quite popular.
Not as popular as it should be. I mean,
Yes,
internet is still expensive. Nigeria still has one of the most expensive internet. That's one. Number two is smartphones. How many people really do have smartphones? Feature phones are still the norm. Most people have feature phones. Smartphones are expensive, considering it has even gotten worse now, considering the forex crisis and everything. So smartphones,
Recession.
yes,
Dollar,
smartphones, forex, internet, all these things.
Are intertwined.
That's fine. You can't get WhatsApp if you don't have a smartphone, if you don't have internet. So I don't think it's a point. It's going to be a long time before WhatsApp completely overtakes SMS as the messaging platform.
Supposing everybody gets to start using smartphones.
That's it. Okay, now Big Brother has ended. Big Brother Nigeria has ended.
Yeah.
And based on
finally,
logistics.
Based on logistics.
If it has won, or whether I'm not a fan of anybody really. That's not true.
No one is asking.
Okay. Now, for the sponsors, the Telcos and e-commerce platform Payporte.
That's the main sponsor.
Yes, Payporte is the lead sponsor of Big Brother, and there is the Indomie, that's Dufil Nigeria. So many other sponsors. Now,
MultiChoice, the hosting platform.
Yeah, MultiChoice is the main. They're the main guys.
The main guys.
Now, who is the biggest loser, or who do you think is the biggest winner or the biggest loser of this? In my own opinion, I really think there is no biggest loser, because considering the cost of SMSs, the platforms,
They're all winners.
They're all winners.
Who's the biggest winner?
I think it's Payporte, but I don't know what to think. Now, this article is asking who is the biggest winner in the whole of Big Brother on the part of sponsors. I think it's Payporte because they have very increased exposure,
Yes, visibility.
visibility. Everybody
And
now
I
knows
think
Payporte.
it's also helped your business patronage too.
Yes, patronage will increase with visibility, definitely, So, what do you think? I mean, this article is asking who is the biggest winner in the Big Brother 2017?
Let's know what you think about it. We want to know your opinion. Mostly, if you followed it from A to Z, we want to know who you think the big winner is. All right, but we're talking about internet penetration all the time. And in February, if you follow daily our weekly roundup, there's a A4AI Alliance
For affordable internet, yeah.
They actually moved that countries should make 1 gig, the cost of 1 gig to be 2% of the minimum wage.
Yeah.
And at that time, Nigeria actually was the first country, the first African country that moved for the
Jump past it. I remember.
Yes, but guess what? Right now, 5 African countries have actually implemented this, and Nigeria is still at the endorsement stage. We haven't done anything about it.
It's sad.
It is. It
Really
is.
sad.
It is.
Really sad.
Considering that Nigeria is the first to actually jump at this endorsement,
You would have expected that by now.
we would have,
We're waiting. We really will.
and we are really hoping.
Now, on the final note, on the 29th of May, there's an event coming up, and it's the Tech Point Inspired Events. This event is for everybody, startups, business people, SMEs.
Everybody.
So basically, it's just going to be a discourse on growth, the internet, business, everything in general.
Technology.
And it's free.
You don't have to pay.
It's absolutely free. All you have to do is go to www.techpoint.ng/inspired and register. Now, there is going to be limited spaces because the rush is going to be on from this moment. So the earlier you register, the better.
Better it is.
We have speakers cut across different fields of human endeavors. We have speakers like Flutterwave and Andela co-founder Inyolua Aboyeji. We have the CEO of Swifter, Victor Semota, the CEO of Hotels on NG.
Even the CEO of Payporte.
We have so many, not Payporte, yeah, Payporte CEO is going to be there. It's a nice thing. You should check it out. There are more juicy details. Like, it's a very, very, very big thing that you should get details by yourself. www.techpoint.ng/inspire.
More reason why you shouldn't miss it is because most times we talk about the future, but we want to hear the past of these people. We want to hear the stories and the hustle, the tussles, everything that made up success.
What shapes the narrative way over time? Abi?
Exactly. I can say that again.
So you should register. Like, check it out. Details about the event.
The link is down there.
Hoping to see you.
www.techpoint.ng/inspire.
Hoping to see you May 29th.
See you. And this is it for this week's Weekly Roundup. Thank you very much for joining us. You can follow our social media handles techpoint.ng on Twitter, Instagram, and
Facebook.
Okay. And Grace Accusation.
I'm Suave
You
Victor.
can also follow me on Twitter, ms_breakins.
I'm Suave Victor on Twitter.
Still Suave Victor.
Yes.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. See you same time next week. Stay blessed and enjoy your holidays.
Happy Easter!